Hi everybody, Kelly with the video on reinforcing effort and providing recognition. Let's talk a little bit about what the book has to say about these two strategies, and then we'll talk about an app, Creative Book Builder, for doing a little bit of portfolio work around that. So first of all, we can help reinforce students' effort or help them see the relationship between effort and achievement by including examples of effort that results in achievement throughout all our lessons. We can use fiction for this, we can use real life stories that we know about, and we can include it in any subject area and with any kind of students. We can also talk exactly what it means to expend effort in our different fields. So one vignette they use in the book talks about a group of students who did poorly on a test, and that the teacher has to respond to their complaints of, well, we studied, but you asked the wrong questions. So in response, she was able to make it into a teachable moment and talk about what does it mean to study? And did they follow the materials she gave them? Did they follow the effort rubric that she provided? And she did a quick anonymous poll of her students and had them put in their test scores and then kind of rate their effort on a scale that she gave them, and then she could graph the two results and show that the effort students said they put in was related in part to the scores they got on the test. I thought that was a great way to make it visible to students. We can also have students keep track of their effort and achievement, such as by using a rubric like this one. You can see, it's a little bit hard to see, but on the left, the student rates their effort, and on the right, they rate their achievement. They can see how they line up. As far as recognition, I had a bit of a hard time with this one until I read the chapter, and it's not about praise. Some of the key elements that it's about for recognition are providing a mastery goal orientation. So always helping students to rate themselves against a neutral set of criteria or objectives, such as through using a rubric rather than comparing them to other people or having to start everybody from the same spot. I think that this graphic sums it up well. It gives students control when they know what the criteria are. They can work to focus and get better and achieve, and not just to be better than Bobby or whatever they're trying to imagine that they're supposed to compare themselves to. We also, when we do include praise in our interactions with students, we want it to be specific and align it with expected performance. I think the phrase that stood out in the book for me was intentionally but sparingly. And a last way that we can provide recognition is to use concrete symbols of recognition. And so the example in the book on this one was a band teacher who wanted to encourage her students to practice. And so they had practice logs for the first few weeks of school, and they received little trinkets when they reached certain goals, music note stickers or little ornaments like instruments. But what I thought was the most key there was that they also took recordings of their playing both before and after the period in which they could receive these little premiums, and they had to compare how their practice helped them improve their playing. And then from that point forward, there were no premiums involved, but that was to kind of help with the motivation up until then. So in a moment here, I'm going to pause the video, and then we're going to show Creative Book Builder app for helping to do this strategy. We are back with our app demo, and we're going to talk about Creative Book Builder. I love it for helping to teach the relationship between effort and achievement, because we're going to use it to do an activity of students building a process portfolio or a writing piece about a process they use to learn something, for them to keep track of their effort and achievement in documenting it, and in helping to promote a mastery goal orientation. So here we have Creative Book Builder. It costs, I believe, $3.99, and there are some other ones. There's one called Book Creator that's similar. Creative Book Builder makes an ebook, and not just a PDF. It makes an EPUB that's scalable and is made for electronic devices. It is pretty cool. So I have already started my sample ebook here about my husband and I tiling our house, our bathroom, excuse me, not our whole house. So I started. It's a very robust app. It's very full featured. So here I started my chapter. I could add more chapters in here if I wanted, but I only have my one going. So I'm going to show you. I already added some elements, some different content about tiling the shower, one of the videos we used to learn how to do it, what our steps were, where our inspiration came from, some pictures of us doing it, things we learned along the way, and I'm going to add a picture of the almost final product. So you can see here that you can add text, all kinds of different media, files from cloud services or the web, and even all these different miscellaneous. Think of if you had a kid add a Quizlet set to show how they studied for a test, how that would recognize the effort they put forth. I'm back over here and I'm going to add a file from a URL, which is a web address. So let me click on there. I'm going to double click my home button, switch over to Safari. I already have the image up ready to go on from our blog, our house blog. So I'm selecting all, then I'm copying. I double click, back to Creative Book Builder. I'll touch and paste. Now I can save that photo. And there it is. I think I will also add a paragraph here. You'll hear some typing noise. We grouted and wiped down the shower. Almost done. The tile bulges a bit at left out of the photo. We learned that next time the backing has to be hung more flat. I'll save that. Now, we can preview it at any time. It's going to show us what it'll look like as an EPUB. We could also see what it would look like as a PDF. If we like it, whoops, come on, preview, go away. We can set the cover image. Okay, I like that cover image. I like my title. Boom, I'm going to publish it. Okay, I'm going to generate my book. I've generated it before, that's why it said regenerating. All right, let's preview it. I'm going to preview it in iBooks. This is fantastic because kids can make a real ebook that then can be emailed, posted to a web page, posted to a learning management system like Moodle, Schoology, Edmodo, any of those, and they can get real feedback from other people. And just the process of making it forces them to look at how they learned something and the effort they put into it and what they got as a final product. So here's my ebook. I'm turning the pages. I can make the fonts bigger or smaller. This is exciting stuff. Kids could not do this with a paper and a pencil. And there it is. And I don't have a final product picture, but that would be the perfect ending to my little process writing piece here. So I hope you liked Creative Book Builder, and we look forward to hearing in the discussion area what are some other ways that you have helped kids reinforce the connection between effort and achievement and provided them with recognition. Thanks.